Hey, so this is the mogi where I got RT plat for the first time, and I'm going to be doing some post commentary. I did the same for CT mogi, so I'll do it for the RT mogi, but this will just be some highlights. So here it's lap 3, I'm in the back, but I got a start, so I was able to take the cut and salvage some spots on BC3. I missed all the item boxes there, but I don't think it ends up really mattering because the guy in front of me had shells and a mega, so I probably wasn't passing. I did make quite a few mistakes this mogi, but I think that's alright because it happens, and I'll be making mistakes because I'm not the best player by any means. So yeah, now we're on lap 3 of RBC, Retro Bowser's Castle, which is the N64 one. And here I hit a ground shell and then I get starred, and now I'm pretty far in last. So yeah, I got a pretty low spot here. Made sure not to fall off on the rail. Yeah, and then everyone DC'd here, the room died, so we reset. Here on DKS, I'm B-tag, so my teammate was in last there and he cannon dodged me. Very nice of him. Shoutouts to Nact. And I decided to just chain my star here, that way I can take the shortcut and get another item at the same time. So now I'll be going for the double, but watch out, a mega in the way. Yeah, that kind of sucked. I'm in a slightly worse position now, but actually because of where I got mega'd, I didn't even lose that much time. Like I'm still in third here. Now I did make a misplay there. You see, I fired that green up to try and hit Maria. I didn't think that there'd be a red shell coming for me, but there was, and that's my bad because at the end of DK Summit, the red shells there work really well. So instead of getting third, I got 6. Here on Peach Gardens, I had a star. I thought it would come, the shock would come last set lap 2, but it didn't. But I chained a golden, which is pretty good unless there's a shock. So I shroom a little bit early just to make sure that I can get through the cut. And I make sure to avoid the bullet bill, and there isn't a shock. I managed to crack that red luckily. There still hasn't been a shock, and I jackpot here. I get triple shrooms. And these people in front of me, they all have shells, so I'm just very careful here. I shroom away from the daisy, and my teammate did an amazing play and backed second on the line, so we got top 2, which was huge. Now for DK Summit, I lucked out here. Yeah, I pulled a mega, and so I just decided to chain it next set. That way I can use it over the bridge, and the bridges, there are always a lot of obstacles on the bridge, so just having invincibility is very helpful. And I also dodged. So yeah, I had some shrooms too, and here I'm just taking the cut. Got a bomb. I hit a red shell on the ground that I just did not see. And luckily I got a shroom so I could just shroom away. But yeah, I was just inching forward there so that I wouldn't get caught in the bomb. Oh, here on Moonview, I usually chain my dodges first set here. So even though it was lap 2, I decided why not just chain my dodges because the pack was pretty spread out. If you can see the guy behind, or the guy in last is a little bit behind. But there was no shock, so I decided to try the same thing the next lap. I didn't get a box, but that's okay because I dodged. Yeah, now that's where I really messed up. I should not have hit that ground red. Probably shouldn't have gone for the trick. But, oh well, it's fine. I'm still in 6. And I jackpot again. I get another mega. I'm basically hacking at this point. So it's looking pretty good, but then I hit those reds. I should have just pulled out my mega there. I should have used it, but oh well, it's fine. Now in the race, I'm just trying to drive as fast as I can. The star's pretty good though, because I can't get hit by any items, and I managed to clutch out 9th place. Now here on Grumble Volcano, I have a shroom in second. Gonna do the rock hop, but I kind of mess up. Oops. But that's okay, because it's Grumble Volcano. You can make a comeback here because of the massive shortcuts, the rock hop and the respawn. So I used my shock there to try and tighten the pack, because you see it's pretty spread out, and I didn't want anyone to be able to take the respawn. That way I can take it and catch up. So here, it's exactly what I do. though I was pretty far behind. So even though my position said I was in 3rd, people passed me while I'm respawning and I end up in 9th, which is honestly a better spot because now I can try and dodge a second shock. So I pulled a star and I chained it there at those sets because usually shock comes there just so that the shock user can get an item box to take this respawn shortcut. But there's no shock, which was fine because I still got to take the shortcut, and now I'm in 4th, which is very good for where I was the entire race. I was always in the back and I ended up getting a top spot. Here on Sherbet Land actually, there's no R there apparently, it's Sherbet, not Sherbet. But there are some pretty close bombs, like that one almost got me, but luckily it didn't. And I sped up the footage here because I basically just stay in 2nd the entire time. Yeah, I try not to hit stuff. I think I hit a penguin though, which was, oops, that's my bad. But then you see there's like a perfect number of blues. And you know what? There might be another, so I let this guy pass because he's very aggressive with his green shells. I almost hit that one, but luckily I don't. So yeah, 2nd here is very good. Like, you get 12 points for 2nd, which is huge. You don't even need 1st. It's better than the risk of getting blued and losing all those points. But there was no blue, and my teammate started shrooming up at the end, and we got 1-3 because the guy in 1st hit a red shell at the line. But here on Dry Ruins, I jackpot again. I get another mega, and oh, I almost hit that bomb. But good thing I didn't because I got to keep my mega, and I'm gonna chain it here because, yep, that's usually where the shock comes. Because that set, the shock user can pull mushrooms and take the ultra. I got a bomb though, which isn't that useful, but I do get to back bomb the people behind me, which is a little toxic, but it's like the smartest move to try and get a break. Here though is where I really dropped the bag. I went way too high on the wall glitch, so I got the worst fail, and I hit the dirt, and I also hit the dirt again at the end, and instead of getting 2nd, I get like 2nd to last. But it's fine, you know, it happens. So on Koopa Cape there, the shock spot is usually 1st set, and even though it's lap 2, the pack is really spread out. Like if you look at the mini-map, the person in last was really far behind, so I just used it in case there was like an early shock. But there wasn't, but that's fine since I got to do the golden strat, which caught me up a good amount. And now it's lap 3. I got a very nice pull of triple shrooms, because I just get to take all these shortcuts. I save a couple of them in case I hit anything, and I did hit a banana there, so good thing I saved those mushrooms. And yeah, that's what got me 4th. Now, I did a similar strategy on Waluigi Stadium, RWS. I got a dodge item, which was a star, and I'm just holding it for 1st set because that's usually where the shock comes. That way you can get mushrooms to take the shortcuts. So here I chain my star and I get a shroom, which is perfect, so I can take the shortcut later. But there is no shock, and there's a POW, so I lose my mushroom anyways. But that's fine since I can still get this item box here. And a jackpot. I get a golden, which is the best thing you could pull. But actually, I guess it's the 2nd best thing because there is a shock, and yeah, it kind of canceled out the golden. But I get another one, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I just get to shroom by everyone here, making sure to look out for everyone with shells. Luckily, I don't get hit by anything, and yeah, I end up getting 3rd. Alright, so this is the last race, MC3, Mario Circuit 3. I got triple shrooms, which is a very good pull, because now I get to take all these dirt shortcuts. I took 2 of them, and I pretty much stayed in around like 4th to 6th the entire race. There I got a TC, which was really bad, but somehow it lagged to that guy who was shrooming up, and I'm very grateful for that. It's put me in a much better spot. But I got starred. That was so bad. I should have been looking back. That's on me. But 9th is very good for getting starred at the end. Anyways, we got 1st, incredibly. Shoutouts to my teammate, and I got plat. Thanks for watching.